I'm Mike, the two-lane traveler, bringing you another road trip in video. Well, not exactly a road trip this time. Today I'm thrilled to share with you our recent Christmas cruise on the Carnival Spirit. This was a truly magical experience, and I can't wait to share all the details with you. Sharon and I have gone on 3 cruises in the past, but this one was our clear favorite. It was special for several reasons. First, it was a Christmas cruise. We spent 8 days in the Western Caribbean with Christmas Day falling right in the middle of our trip. This added a festive and joyful atmosphere to the entire trip. Second, we departed from a port in Mobile, Alabama. Mobile is a unique port with few cruise ships, offering a more intimate and less crowded experience. In fact, our ship was the only one departing that day. Parking and embarkation were the most pleasant experience we've ever had when starting a cruise. Third, the Carnival Spirit itself is a mid-sized vessel, one of the smallest in the Carnival fleet. This provided a more personal and attentive feel compared to the larger ships we've been on. I'll talk more about this a little later in the video. And the fourth thing that made this trip special was the Western Caribbean itinerary that explored beautiful destinations, including Costa Maya and Cozumel, Mexico, Roatan, Honduras, and Belize City, Belize. We spent the night before our trip in Mobile. We didn't do much because we got there late, but we had a fun dinner at the Blind Mule before settling in for the night. Our hotel was about 15 minutes from the port. Our scheduled embarkation time was 11 to 11:30 a.m. We got to the port by 10:45. By 11, we had dropped our bags, parked in the parking structure, and walked to the line we were supposed to be standing in. By 11:45, we were checked in and on the ship ordering drinks, a margarita for me and a Pepsi for Sharon. We waited around until our room was ready, then began our unpacking. The room was beautiful, and we were full of excitement for our Christmas cruise to begin. Sidebar here. Nothing ever goes that perfectly, and we were dealing with a small problem that quickly turned into a large one. Since it affected the entire trip, I have to mention it. Besides, you would have noticed the wheelchair eventually. A few days before the start of our trip, Sharon began having problems with her knee. She aggravated it, then it started getting sore, and she began having trouble walking. We bought her a knee brace, and it seemed to help, but the walking and standing during the embarkation exacerbated the problem. In the room, she attempted to quickly remove the knee brace while sitting, and suddenly she was in great pain. So from day 1 until the end of the cruise, she was unable to walk and went everywhere by 1 horsepower wheelchair. We had to cancel our 4 planned excursions, but we had a great time anyway, so back to our story. The ship was beautifully decorated for the holidays, creating a festive ambiance from the moment we stepped on board. There were Christmas trees and Christmas lights everywhere. There was a gingerbread house display and various other decorations as well. Very nice. At about 4 p.m. Saturday, we started to leave Mobile and head for the Gulf of Mexico. Our first stop would be in Costa Maya, Mexico on Monday. As we began to explore the ship, one of the first things we noticed about the Carnival Spirit was its smaller size, which was a major advantage. The ship was less crowded than larger cruise ships we'd been on, making it easy to find peaceful spots to relax and unwind. I've seen passenger size estimates of around 2,100 or 2,600 people attributed to the Carnival Spirit, so I'm not sure which one is correct. On average, Carnival cruises have close to 4,000 passengers, so the passenger list is much smaller on the Spirit either way. This was especially important as I had to navigate Sharon's wheelchair down hallways, onto elevators, and into the theaters and restaurants we visited. There were never large crowds. It made things incredibly easy, and we were able to explore the ship from top to bottom. Importantly, the crew was also incredibly friendly and attentive, always going the extra mile to ensure that we had a wonderful time. I can't say enough great things about the Spirit team in this regard. The food on the Carnival Spirit was exceptional. We enjoyed delicious meals at the main dining room as well as specialty restaurants like Bonsai Sushi, the Blue Iguana, and Guy's Burger Joint. The food was always fresh and flavorful, and the service was top-notch. We also got a terrific thin-crust pepperoni pizza almost every night at the Pizza Pirate. We ate most of our dinners and breakfasts in the main dining room, which is called the Empire Restaurant. This place is fabulous. The entrees, soups, salads, and desserts were just amazing. We tried as many things as we could, and we were never disappointed. The restaurant itself is beautiful and the staff is top-notch. From the hostesses to the wait staff to the kitchen staff, everyone was phenomenal. Another terrific restaurant is Bonsai Sushi. I love sushi and had 2 different meals there that were off the charts delicious. Sharon doesn't eat sushi at all, so she ordered Kukani glazed short ribs on bao buns. She said it was one of the best things she's ever eaten. We didn't do a lot of activities on board, but there was plenty of things to do if we had wanted to do them. Lots of comedy shows and singing and dancing, as well as live music performances. We went to an 80s music show that was a lot of fun. The performers were very good and we enjoyed it.
I'm not planning on going.
We also spent a lot of time exploring the different areas of the ship. The outdoor decks were spacious and inviting, with plenty of pools, hot tubs, and lounge chairs, things you'd expect on a cruise ship. A miniature golf course and basketball court were available as well. A very nice fitness center, spa, and hot tub were available. Nobody was there, but it may have been the time of day and the fact that we were in port when I shot these pictures. The inside of the ship was the most special of all. Our room was beautiful, with lots of storage space and a balcony with a great view. I mentioned that we had to cancel our excursions at the 4 ports of call on the trip. We stayed on the ship for our first stop in Costa Maya, Mexico. Sharon didn't feel well enough to get off the ship at that point. We'd visited the ruins in Cozumel, Mexico on a previous trip, and we also ate at a terrific food truck, so we didn't get off the ship there either. We did get off the ship to walk a bit in Roatan, Honduras. We listened to some pleasant music and ate some ice cream. Next time we want to do some exploring on an excursion. It looks like an interesting place. We also got off the ship in Belize on Christmas Day. We rode a tender to shore because there wasn't a pier for the ship. The process was pretty efficient, except there was only one tender boat that could carry wheelchair-bound passengers. We happened to get that tender on our way to shore, but had to wait about an hour for that specific one to pick us up and take us back to the ship. We did meet our local weatherman on the tender back to the ship, though. Mark Reynolds of WJHL in Johnson City is a really nice guy. Otherwise, Belize wasn't very interesting because we couldn't get very far with the wheelchair. We also had our credit card number stolen, though Chase was quick to catch it and no damage was done. Note to self, pay with cash next time. Overall, our Christmas cruise on the Carnival Spirit was an unforgettable experience. The ship was beautiful, the crew was friendly and attentive, and the food was delicious. We'd highly recommend this cruise to anyone looking for an adventure in the Western Caribbean. In closing, here are some additional thoughts. If you're looking for a more intimate and less crowded cruise experience, consider a smaller ship like the Carnival Spirit. There might be more things for kids to do on a bigger ship, but this was the best cruise I've been on by far. Bigger isn't always better. Sharon joined a Facebook chat group for the specific Carnival Spirit Christmas cruise that we were on. Over several weeks, every question she had was answered. When she was in need of help because of her knee, there was an outpouring of support. I highly recommend joining a group like this before you cruise. Be sure to book your excursions in advance, as they can fill up quickly. A lot of excursions say that they're wheelchair accessible, even a couple we were on. Sharon was just in a lot of pain and we didn't feel comfortable risking it. Your situation may be completely different though, so investigate for yourself. And if you cruise out of Mobile, pay for the parking deck ahead of time. It simplifies the process quite a bit. So I hope you enjoyed this video about our Christmas cruise on the Carnival Spirit. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more travel videos. Thanks for watching.